This is why you must be an asset, not a liability. Everybody in this world love an asset. The Bible says, have you seen a man diligent in all his ways? He will stand before kings and not mere men. Isn't that so exciting? Who wants a liability? Nobody. Do you want a liability? I know I don't want a liability. So everybody is always looking for that person that is an asset, that person that can make a difference, that person that is creative enough to turn things around, that person that can come up with ideas on their feet, that person that can think out of the box. Any business that is an asset is the business that is most patronized. Any individual that is an asset is the person the company doesn't only want to employ, but they also want to retain because of the asset, because of the value he is bringing to the company. When we go to the stock market and we want to buy stocks, what kind of stocks do we buy? We buy stocks that are assets, stocks that can grow in future. Even if their value for now is low, we know that with proper prediction, with proper planning by the company, their value will go high. Imagine those people that bought Google stocks when Google just started or just got listed on the stock exchange. Google is so valuable. Google is a valuable asset today that everybody on earth wants to own it, irrespective of how expensive it is. If they can afford it, they want to own it. That is an asset. Also look at Facebook. Facebook has become such an asset. Also look at Tesla. Tesla stocks have become such an asset. SpaceX has become such an asset. Everybody wants an asset, not a liability. And how do you become an asset? You become an asset by enhancing your skills. We all have certain skills. We all have, every man is blessed with one talent or the other. The thing you can do is to make your talent shine, you have to enhance it. You enhance it by learning more. You enhance it by either going to school, you enhance it by going to school to learn more, or increasing your degree, increasing your going for a higher degree. From maybe you have a BSc, you go for a master's, you go for a PhD. Some people go for a second PhD, some people go for a third PhD, some even go ahead as much as getting another degree in another course. I've seen doctors who have gone to get degrees as a lawyer in order to increase their assetness and reduce their liability. Assets are always the most viable. When you see a diamond, it is an asset. That is why people that own diamond, they go as far as insuring that diamond. Imagine the pink diamond, one of the most expensive diamonds in the world. Whoever owns that diamond must have gone to insure it because it is a valuable asset that you don't want to lose. When you are an asset, nobody wants to lose you. So to become an asset rather than a liability, you need to be able to enhance your skills. Every employer is looking for an asset, not a liability. That is why when you are applying for a job, they are looking at your skill sets. What do you have? Your skill set that is pertained to this job. And also while they are interviewing you, they want to see your capability to increase that your skill set rather than just come and be dominant with what you came in with. You become so dynamic enough that you are able to increase your own personal value. At this, while you are doing that, you are increasing the value of the company. Assets always increase in value. That is it. Assets will always increase in value. So how do you become an asset? Constantly increase your self-value. Constantly what? Increase your self-value. People are always on the lookout for assets. When you see an entertainer out there, someone that is entertaining, the reason why they go to that person or the reason why they choose that person for a particular either movie or movie project is because of the asset that person is. They know that if that person play the role in that script, the audiences will naturally gravitate towards that movie when it is released. People like The Rock, people like Tom Cruise, people like Eddie Murphy, people like Idris Elba, a lot of them like that. These are assets. It's because they've turned themselves into assets. They've mastered their trade. They've mastered their trade. How do you become an asset? Focus. Focus is key. Don't get busy doing everything at once. No, get busy doing one thing at once. Become good at that one thing, that you become so noticeable on that one thing. That is very important. Focus is key. If we lose focus, we lose our destiny. So it is very important that we focus on our strength. It's better that you build the strength you have to turn it. Once you build that strength, it is that strength that becomes an asset. You convert that strength to a skill, and that skill becomes a talent. That talent becomes an asset. So it is critical. Focus is very important. That is how you become an asset. How else do you become an asset? By teaching others. The more you teach, the more you learn. And the more you teach, the more others are beginning to notice the kind of person you are. They are beginning to notice what is in the container. That the container is just not an empty container that is making noise, but rather it is a full container that has a lot of wisdom to offer. You see, we've been having a wisdom series. We've been talking about wisdom. There's nowhere in this life that you will not see wisdom. How do you become an asset? Be a man of wisdom. Be a person of wisdom. Wisdom is what? Profitable to what? Direct. Wisdom will always direct you profitable. So the more you increase your knowledge about the skills that you have, the more you become an asset that people always want to gravitate to. Once you become an asset, people are willing to listen to you. People are willing to patronize you. People are willing to engage you. So asset is the most important thing. I've always said asset becomes before any other thing. It is liability that comes last. Once you see a liability, everybody wants to dump a liability. Nobody wants a liability in their life. Nobody wants a liability. Nobody wants a stock that is a liability. Nobody wants a business that is a liability. Nobody wants a relationship that is a liability. And nobody wants a staff that will be a liability. As soon as they are offloading staff, that they are doing layoff, is this most of the times the first line of people that are laid off are the ones that are liability to the corporation and not an asset. So you see how the game is played. Asset keeps you in the game. For as long as you are an asset, you continue to remain in the game. You continue to remain in the game. And you see, one of the most exciting things is that people that are assets are able to stand alone. If you decide that you are leaving this company because you are an asset, you can stand alone. You can stand alone by setting up your own business. You can stand alone by being a consultant. You can stand alone to generate revenue for yourself, because people will keep gravitating to you. Companies will be coming to you. Organizations will be coming to you because of what you have to offer. Assets always have something to offer. They always have something good to offer at any point in time. So that is why it is important that you must be an asset and not a liability in life. Nobody wants a liability. Asset breaks every barrier. It breaks the barrier of tribalism, breaks the barrier of racism, breaks every barrier. Because when somebody sees an asset, they don't want to see any barrier between them and that asset. All they need is that they want to engage this asset, because they know assets are profitable. An asset is always profitable. If you see people that are into art, they invest in art. They invest in the art because it is an asset. It is an asset, and it is an asset that can constantly increase in value. Constantly increase in value. So as an asset, you must constantly increase in value. Never reduce your valueness. Increase your value, because the more you increase, the higher you are priced. Yes, the more you increase, the higher you are priced. That is why you see a musician that started small. They started singing. They started, entertaining. As they grow, as their entertainment becomes more interesting, more attracted to people out there that are listening to them, listening to their song, their value increases. That is why when they go to shows, they might start show, maybe they start collecting $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, or $100,000. All of a sudden, by the time their asset is, by the time they become a high value entertainment asset, you are talking of 2.5 million. Look at Beyonce. You can't engage Beyonce in an event without dropping nothing less than $10 million, if not more. You can't engage Tom Cruise in a film role without dropping anything less than $25 million or more. Because it's an asset. It's an asset. I was watching Taylor Swift at the Chiefs game with her boyfriend, Clef. I can't pronounce his name, but if you watch it, just because Taylor Swift was at that game, the ticket and the crowd in that game increased. Their merchandise sales increased. That is an asset. That is an asset. So it is important in life that wherever you find yourself, never be a liability. Instead, be an asset. Find every means necessary and possible that is good and favorable for you to increase your assetness. You become an asset because everybody will constantly value an asset high, not low. I am yet to see that asset that is valuable, that has been valued low. No, there is no asset of that sort. So be an asset rather than a liability. I started with this word. The Bible says, have you seen a man diligent? Have you seen a man who is an asset? He will stand before who? Kings and not mere men. That means assets will always be recognized by kings. To always be recognized by big organization, to always be identified by big corporation, to always be identified by governments of countries. Because why? They are an asset. They have wisdom to give. Assets have wisdom. Assets have value. Assets have impactation. When you're an asset, you can impact. You can impact. And when you're have you seen an asset that is not wealthy? No. A pink diamond is rich. So asset brings wealth in wherever field you find yourself, be it sports, be it entertainment, wherever you find yourself, be it academia, wherever you stock trader, wherever you find yourself, build yourself to be an asset. Because for as long as you are an asset, you remain valuable enough for everybody to want to access. Assets are the celebrities. Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Tiwa Savage, Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy. We can continue to name them. We can continue. The list is limitless. All these people are assets in their field. Tom Cruise, Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg. These guys are assets. They are assets. They are assets that the world value high. Yes, corporation value them high. Their fans value them high. Yes, that is why they will constantly generate wealth. Because their value is not cheap. No asset is cheap. No asset is cheap. So to be an asset, you have to be focused. Focus on your skills. Well, on your skills. Don't do too much. Don't be everywhere at the same time. It doesn't help. It will waste your time. It will waste your effort. And fatigue will creep in. When you are doing so many things at once, fatigue will creep in easily. So instead, just focus on that strength, on that talent that you have. Hone in on it, and make yourself better at it. Until your betterness becomes a value that is attracted to people that are willing to pay high price for you. Yes, your betterness becomes a value that people that recognize you, they are willing to pay high price for that, your value. So become an asset, not a liability. You find yourself in a new land. First thing you are meditating on is, am I going to be an asset in this society and not a liability? Nobody likes liability. Not at all. No, sir. No, man. Nobody wants a liability in their life. Even Jesus, from the very first day he started his ministry, it was an asset. Not only an asset to God, but an asset to man. Yes. Everybody followed him because he was valuable. He had the Spirit of God in him. He was doing deliverance. He was doing healing. That is an asset. So let us be an asset. Let us be an asset. Let us be an asset. Let us have the mindset of an asset. Once you have the mindset of an asset, you will become valuable in life. You will build, you will become better, you will succeed. People will be willing to pay value for the quality that you are bringing out. For the quality that you are giving to them. They will be willing to pay value. So don't be a liability. Start becoming an asset. Have the asset mindset. Have the asset mindset. The way you present yourself, the way you speak, the way you do things, you are a person of value. Increase your wisdom by increasing your knowledge, by increasing your understanding of things. Have a broad mind. Be constantly learning. Assets are constantly learning. The way a diamond was polished 30 years ago is different from the way a diamond will be polished today. It has increased in value. It has increased in style. It has increased in presentation. So be constantly learning. Assets are constantly what? Learning. Be a lifelong learner. To be an asset, be humble. Don't be proud, because pride comes before what? A fall. That is what the Bible says. Be humble. Be humble. Fans love a humble celebrity. They love a celebrity that is a celebrity of the people. Be humble. Be humble. Be kind. Be kind. How else can you impact people if you are not impacting them with kindness? Because it's at the place of your kindness that you show love. Yes. So to be an asset, to be a person of value, be kind. So it is very important. Let us be an asset, not a liability. This world needs more assets than liabilities. Because the man or woman of who is an asset is a man or woman of wisdom. And young people who want to be successful in life, they are looking for assets that can mentor them, that can guide them, that can instruct them. Because it is majority of people that want to be successful in life, they only dream of becoming like that person who is an asset in life. A young gymnast would dream of becoming a Simone Biles, because in the gymnastic sports world, she's an asset. And assets are always influencer. I said influencer. Sorry for that word. They are always an influence to society. I was trying to put I was laughing at my own mispronunciation of a word. Assets influence society. Assets will always influence society. That is why a diamond can influence the love of a woman to a man. They say diamond is a woman's best friend. Diamond is an asset. Diamond will influence the woman's love towards the man that gives her the diamond. That's it. So you can imagine, once you are a diamond, once you are an asset in an organization, yes, a diamond is an asset. So once you are the diamond in that organization, they will always look forward to you to say, what do you think? Do you think we can do it this way? You always be a reference point in that organization. You always be a reference point in that family. You always be a reference point in that society. They will always look forward to your input to a particular matter or to many matters. So, Assets are influential. They become influential in society. Look at the case of that young girl in Ireland that wasn't given a medal. Just because Simone Biles gave a simple tweet, things change. That is influence. Assets are always influencers. They are influencers. So you can, as an asset, you can influence the way society goes or the direction in which things can turn. Elon Musk is a tech influencer. With what he has succeeded in doing with Tesla and SpaceX, man, anywhere in the world, world leaders will listen to what he has to say because he is a tech asset. Same thing with Jeff Bezos of Amazon. Same thing with Bill Gates of Microsoft. Same thing with Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook. They are all assets. So ask yourself, am I an asset or am I a liability? If you're an asset, please keep building yourself up. Keep adding value to your personality. Keep adding value to the person that you are. Keep adding value to who you are to increase your value. Never reduce your value. Constantly increase your value. But if you're a liability, guess what? There's a chance for you to do a turnaround and become an asset. Don't stay at a place of liability. Grow up. Get out of that liability mentality and become the asset that people will value. Yes, you can do it. Anything is possible to them that believe. All you need to do is believe it. Tell yourself that yes, I can. Start picturing yourself as an asset. As soon as you start picturing yourself as an asset, what it takes, whatever it takes for you to become an asset, will start gravitating towards your life. So you don't need to constantly be a liability. Everyone on this earth has the opportunity to turn a new leaf and become an asset. Yes, you can turn a new leaf and become an asset. Become an asset wherever you find yourself. You don't have to be jack of all trades. Just be jack of one. Focus. That is what the power of focus will do for you. Be jack of one. So my friend, as I round out this video, ask yourself this question. Sincerely ask yourself this question. Am I an asset or am I a liability? Whichever answer you have, remember that you have the opportunity to be an asset. Because assets are the most valuable things on the face of this earth. A land is an asset. Diamond is an asset. Stocks are asset. Valuable companies are asset. So stop being a liability and become an asset that you have been ordained to truly be. God bless you and have a good one.